And you have a nice place to go out where it's not crowded, so that's good.
Right. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, June. How are you?
Okay.
So
Okay.
Sarah, I have been praying for you and for everybody who's working in a grocery store, pharmacies, gas stations, every place that's staying open because you're vital. And I'm hoping that you're getting equipment and support from your managers. How are things going?
Yes. Very good, actually. We're as protected as we can be, and we have we actually have they enforced the 6 feet rule now, and they put tape in between the registers to indicate how far back you should be from other customers and the cashiers. And but like working at self-checkout, every once in a while I have to remind myself, like, don't be afraid to speak up to the customers and say, I will help you, but you need to stand 6 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can't help you,
Right.
because, self-checkout, we're not, yes, okay. So the registers have those protective shields so they're protected from the customers, but self-checkout, we're right in the open, and we only have that one little window on each register, but that's not protecting us from the customers. So, and myself and anybody else that's working at self-checkout, we just have to remind the customers, and they should, like when you're trying to help them, they should automatically just back up and let you do your job. But sometimes they don't, and you just have to say, excuse me, 6 feet rule, and I'll help you.
Yeah, it's like being with like a kindergarten teacher. You have to remind us over and over again to change our habits.
Yep,
Yeah.
because I understand, like, some customers want to watch what you're doing, but it's like, okay, but you can see what I'm doing from a little bit further away,
Yeah.
Hi, Colleen. I see Colleen.
Hi, June.
I don't see Colleen.
I'm on the stairs.
She's up behind her.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Colleen.
How's everybody keeping?
Good.
Okay.
Good. Liz, I loved your
How's
sermon
teaching?
today.
Oh, thank you.
Very heartfelt, and I appreciate where you're coming from.
Thank you.
Yes,
Mom,
Liz,
nice
it
teaching.
was wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. My sister's a nurse too, and she's delivering babies through this, and it's quite difficult for the moms.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
and also you don't know, talking to the ER people, people can come in from, somebody has a car accident, which still happens, though there's less of them, and they do a CT scan and they realize, oh, they have COVID, there were no symptoms, but their lungs are full.
Right.
So it's just any time you have contact with the public,
Yeah.
there's just no telling, especially someplace that's more densely populated right now. So
Someone asked how's teaching.
yeah, tell us how teaching is going.
Very different.
Yeah, is it hard?
It's a different kind of hard, yeah. We're trying to support the parents as they support their children, and there's a lot of nervousness going on.
And they can't use Zoom. They have to do things through, what do? You do things.
Google Docs.
Google Docs.
They don't want our children on the screen.
Yeah, for liability. And for middle school, what they're doing in Readington is they're doing something with video chat. It's not Zoom because they pay for Google, so they use whatever Google has.
There's
teachers
Google
can
Hangout and there's Google something.
Yeah.
Google Duo, I think.
So the teachers can see the students,
Right.
but the teachers are what Felice is doing right now. It's just like they're the ones teaching, but you can't see them.
Right.
And the only thing that Mom uses Zoom for is the other day, the whole third grade and the principal did a Zoom conference. So that's all that they've been using Zoom for, but they can't do Zoom. So
Like you can tape yourself like doing a lecture or reading a story.
Yes, we have different, it's called Schoology. We have different platforms.
So they can see your face.
They can see us, but they're not allowed to see each other for legal purposes.
See, that's interesting because our school's doing all Zoom meetings. We're doing class meetings. We have lunch together every day with all the kids. But you do wonder about that fine line, you know, of confidentiality.
Right. Our superintendent's being very safe.
And we're also doing, the older kids are doing, or the kids are doing Google Docs.
Right. We have
But
Google Docs.
it's so much more work for the teachers. I mean, they're working
We're
many,
getting
many
through.
more hours than ever.
Yeah, but we're learning. We're getting through. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Welcome, Jim.
We can't hear him.
Oh, yeah.
He's connecting.
Jim, we can't hear your microphone yet. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Wave, Jim.
Microphone's not on.
He's like, give us a second. So yeah.
So yes, we need to pray for all the people who are teaching because they're keeping our kids going. So I'm going to write that in our prayer request too. And for the people like Sarah keeping our supermarkets open.
Thanks, Liz.
And people like Jim who are keeping our corporate networks open.
Yes.
So what's life like in corporate internet world, Jim?
You went away.
It's been a busy few weeks, you know, as you can imagine. Yeah.
I can't imagine.
But fortunate I can work from home. That's, you know, that's the blessing there.
Well, that's great. So everybody's okay at your house, Jim?
Everyone's fine. Thank you.
Good.
Are your where are your children, Liz?
They're right up there.
Are they all back home now?
Yeah, Olivia is supposed to go to Israel over spring break. That was canceled, so she took a quick trip to Florida, but not the Miami side, the Gulf Coast side, with one of her roommate's friends. But now I think that was ridiculous. I can't believe I allowed her to do that. It was early March.
It's hard, you know, it's hard. You don't
Right,
know
she
what's
was
right
so
and
She was so upset about Israel. I wasn't going to say, no, you can't go to Florida. But then Josie was supposed to go to Florida with a friend's family after Easter, and that got canceled. So they're perfectly fine. They're just dealing with, you know, the disappointments of life.
yeah.
And it's hard to, you know, for college kids to have really, you know, internships and things they wanted to do this summer.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, here's somebody else coming on.
Bob LaFever.
There's Bob. Maybe.
Yeah, he's here, but his,
Hello.
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 Hi, Bob.
Hi.
We can't see you yet.
You can't? What do I have to do?
Allow screen access or allow video.
Allow video. You're
It's
just
on the
you're an
bottom
American
left.
flag.
Okay.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what? Fail to please select another video camera in settings. I haven't. I don't know where it is. I don't know.
On Zoom, if you go to the bottom left corner, it says start video and stop video. So it might just be that simple.
Yeah, it has a line through it, but it says fail to start the video camera.
So can
Please
you
select
click-
another.
if you click on it, see if it might not start. You could be just our flag guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
We can say the pledge.
Yes, we salute you.
No.
And Lisa's also here, but she's like you. She's not visible, so-
Incognito.
Yes.
I'm gonna go on to another tablet, my other tablet.
Okay.
It was a nice service. Thank you, Liz.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So I need some volunteers to be on the call this Thursday night to tape the next service. Who's signing up?
I already said I would, so yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that.
Alex is on.
I could do it also.
Is that Bob?
Bob, yes.
Alex, maybe you can sing a song for us.
Yeah, Liz and I talked about that, definitely. I would definitely be down.
So all we did last time, it actually took 2 hours. So I'm going to be upfront about that. We went through, it wasn't quite 2 hours, but you'd have to allow 2 hours because we went through the service once. So everybody got familiar with the slides and we decided which order we do it in. And then we did it again and I still messed up.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
that's how
not
you
for
know
everyone.
it's real. It's not,
life.
you know,
And it's
pre-fabricated.
live, you know, you're recording it live.
Live, right. It was sort of live. But so many people try to do live services and then they have technical difficulties.
Because it shuts down or something, you know.
Yeah, so while I have everybody gathered, I want to make sure that we can just have it really work. So I think this is a really good format for doing it.
It was very easy to connect to today too, like just with your link. You didn't have to download anything or anything, so.
Yeah.
Good.
We have 2 Bob
And
Lefevres.
now there's 2 Bobs.
That's
But we
great.
can see one Bob.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
then
Can you see me yet?
for a second we could.
No,
There we go.
There you are. Hi,
Okay.
Bob.
How
How'd
you
you
doing,
do that,
everybody?
Bob?
Whoops.
Good.
There's 2 of you now. Wow.
No, I closed the other one down.
not yet.
No, we still see Bob Lefevre.
Let's see.
The flag is nice.
That's good.
It adds some color.
Yeah.
Felice, do you want to be seen?
No.
How do I do that?
Oh.
You can.
I'm out of my pajamas now, so how do I do that?
You
There.
connect to. You allow video.
It's down on the
Allow
bottom left of the
video.
screen.
So you got to move your cursor to the bottom left or your finger to the bottom left of the screen. And at the bottom, the controls show up. And then you,
Mine show up on the top.
Okay.
And then where it says participants,
Yeah.
is that what I hit?
There should be a video camera that you hit.
Video, start video.
Yeah.
Got it.
There you are.
Hi,
Hi,
Felice.
How
Hello.
are ya?
And,
Good
and
to see you.
and for your information, you only need to have you can still have your pajama bottoms on. It's
Yes.
only
No, I
from the
don't.
top up.
I'm totally
I have my
changed over.
workout clothes on.
Yay!
There was a video.
I just did this part.
There was a
There
picture
are
on.
advantages.
There was a picture on Facebook of it said pastors doing church on Sunday morning through Zoom, and it was a nice suit top, but then he had pajama bottoms on with the pillow keeping it was funny. Hello.
Hi, Leela's. How are you?
Hello,
My name is Mary.
Closer.
I'm
There
Mary.
is Mom.
Good job
Hi.
this morning. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
This is getting to be a party.
Yes.
I forgot my coffee.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
go get it. Oh, you're in the office.
I'll have to run over to the, I could send a text saying, bring me coffee. That's what I'm going to do right now.
I think that's a great idea.
Hi, Alex and Colleen.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, Mary. Hi,
Hi,
Mary.
Hi,
Mary.
Carolyn.
Hi, Sue. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Mare.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Colleen.
Hi,
Hi,
Mary.
Alex.
You guys, there's something really exciting going on.
Miss
And
Bob.
there's Bob.
Oh, there goes.
Hi, Sue and Larry.
Bob,
Hi.
thanks for wearing that flannel shirt we talked about the other day.
You're matching.
Yes, you guys are matching.
Ah,
I want
We
to
didn't
just
get
like
the
Bob when I
memo.
grow up.
No.
it's
That would be
planting.
fun. We could have a scheme,
Hi,
you
Sarah.
know, a color scheme.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex, do you have pictures from Easter last year?
Yeah.
Can you send me a bunch? Because I want to integrate them into the worship service if we can't meet in person.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
And
All
I'll
right.
need to get some visuals for Palm Sunday. If we're really not going to have Palm Sunday in person.
I
Maybe
love
we
the new flags are beautiful.
Yes, I love those.
Love the flags. Thank
Yeah.
you. I guess women's ministry did that. That's great.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Aw, there's my mommy.
They picked
Hi.
Yeah.
They sang my favorite hymn.
Yes, yep. Yep, I know.
What
a
was
friend
that?
I
What's
have in
that, June?
Jesus.
What a friend we have in Jesus.
Oh.
My mom loved that hymn too.
Yeah.
I think it was one of 5 she could play on the piano.
Oh.
Oh. Dan, you answered.
I just wanted to say that I guess like everyone else, I really miss church.
Me
Yes,
too. Me
yes.
too, Bob. Me too.
We all do, yeah.
This is so great to see people, because you feel
Yes.
so disconnected without faces. And
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that the way Liz set it all up is, even though we weren't there, it was nice to see the church, nice to
Yes.
see the flags.
I was thinking the same.
Good to see, I mean, of course I'm part of consistory, but it was good to see everybody's faces like partake in it, and it wasn't just Liz,
yeah, no, I liked that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
really
like that
loved the format, was really good. I think one thing we have to do is mute our mics.
Yes.
That was the only thing, because
There is an option for the host to mute all mic and unmute only who's talking, and then you can. So yeah.
Oh, that's
I
smart.
could do that, but it's hard enough for me to think about what the next thing is
Yeah.
to do while I'm also trying to speak.
So you need like an assistant.
I do, but my daughter Olivia said that she would sit by me as long as she's not on camera, and
Yeah.
she'll go through the slides,
Good.
and she'll
Hi,
do
Felice.
all the
Oh,
things.
there's Felice.
Hi.
Felice.
Hello, it's Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Hey, look at that. Hi. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Judy.
Hello, hello. Hi, June.
I
Hi.
don't have coffee, but this feels like coffee to me.
I got coffee.
Oh, she got her coffee.
Feels like more
June's got
like a
orange
drink.
juice, so very good. Y'all came prepared, so that's
Hello,
good.
Alex.
What did you say, Felice?
I said it feels more like a drink than coffee. Martini.
Oh, there's Carolyn too. And
So, Judy, I'm just so impressed that Ken Island was on YouTube.
you see that? Yes. And he did that with minimum help, actually. Stephen was here. He said,
Turn, come look.
Self-isolated.
Oh, Bernie.
Hi, Bernie.
And Emery.
Bernie's there?
Where's Bernie? Oh, wait.
oh, there's Larry. Hi, Larry.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
Larry.
Oh,
Bernie.
my
Hi,
gosh.
Judy.
There's Bernie.
Larry, what do you
Say
have?
hi,
a hanging on
everybody.
your
Hi,
shoulder?
everyone. How are you?
Oh, there's Jim.
Hi.
Hey, there's Jim Kennedy.
Voices.
Hey, Bernie, how you doing?
This is coffee
I'm
hour
here. Oh, yeah.
after we
Hey.
get
Jim,
services.
you're frozen.
Hi, Mary.
Bernie.
Hi, Bernie.
Okay.
Hi, Bernie.
Jim's frozen.
Oh, well, can you get down?
Oh, there you go. I see. Oh, you are moving.
I'm here.
Emery is still in his pajamas. He's connecting to audio.
Oh, there's Mary King. Yay, Mary.
Bernie, how are you doing?
Hey.
Good, good.
You doing
You know
okay?
Yep.
I like the fact that, Liz, you had 34 people watching at one time.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
that was really good.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
And also, people can play at any time. So more
Right.
people might, log in and play it at their convenience.
Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of fun to have a premiere so that a bunch of us were watching it again together.
Yeah.
Hi,
Oh, there's
Emery.
Jim Ray.
Oh.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. He's in his library.
There's a lot of books there, Emery. I'm not sure how many you've read, but they look good anyway.
Well, there's some CDs up there too.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hey.
Hey.
Look at, hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Donna.
Oh, there's Donna. Oh,
Hey,
good.
Donna.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, there's Sarah.
Cool.
Hey. How's everybody?
There you go.
Oh, that's better. So now we can see everybody. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
This is really cool. So we can.
How you
Hey,
doing,
Howard.
Mary King?
Hey, guys. How are you?
How you doing?
All right. I'm gonna.
You hanging in there?
I have a question to ask everyone. I am recording this for my own purposes. But are you guys okay? Is anybody not okay with me just publishing it for anybody who can't get in?
It's
Is that okay?
Let me fix my hair first. We're good. Bernie, how about you?
Bernie's gonna fix
Bernie?
his hair.
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
I just realized that I had to check, make sure everything in the background was.
Alex needs a major hairbrush there.
No, he's got lots of hair. He's good.
No, I know, because of his hair. He needs a big.
Too
Whoa, it's
much
getting
hair.
bigger.
And I was just about to get a cut, but then all the barbers shut down. So I'm like, I ain't cutting it myself. So this is just gonna have to grow until they open.
We had a whole
Me too.
Josie decided that her hair was too long. It was down to like her elbows. And she decided it had to be cut. And
Yeah.
so she put it in braids. She looked it up on YouTube. She put it in braids.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Cut it off. And then we had to spend the whole rest. She has super thick hair. So we spent the rest of the day like cutting in and making it less blunt.
Oh,
Like
Yes.
hair all over the house.
It's like cutting your own bangs. It never works.
No, I wouldn't let her cut bangs.
But at least I can still shave, which is good, because if I couldn't shave, I'd be like a mountain man. So wouldn't
That
that be-
would be interesting. Come on now, Alex. You know, we can.
I did it once for Sweeney Todd, where I grew it out for 3 months, and then as soon as that show closed, I'm like, get right off.
At least your hair's not real curly like your mom.
Yeah, but the longer it gets wavy. So at least it's not like a lot, but it gets super wavy and whatever.
So we're gonna do something interesting
Straight,
today.
so it's gonna come down straight down.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
Larry was going to tell us something.
He's got a story. Story
No.
time.
Good.
No, I'll
wanna
tell
hear
you
your
the first
story.
part, which is we're learning all about online ordering. So Sue is up at 5 o'clock in the morning the other day with Lydia, who's like a professional online orderer.
Yeah.
And we want to tell them about ShopRite and Walmart. And everything.
Well, if you're not doing this, because we are not going, we decided last week, we're not going to the stores anymore. So for those that know this, you know, plug your ears, but we are doing Walmart in Phillipsburg because they're the only place that you can drive up and pick up your food, or Manville. But Manville didn't have any time slots. So what we did is we put all our order in what we wanted. Now, you know, of course, they don't have exactly everything you want, not a lot of meats and stuff, but they do have, you know, fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. So we put the order in. We're going today to Phillipsburg, drive up to Walmart, pick it up, and then we're going to drive through Lydia's neighborhood. She lives in Stewartsville, and just kind of do a drive-by and say hi to our granddaughter and come home. That's kind of like the life. And then the other thing was, I know a lot of people do ShopRite online. I know Emery, I remember years ago, Sandy did that. But when I did online for ShopRite, I had to literally, I talked to Lydia. She said, go on early. She said, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. All the slots were closed for April 5th. This is a couple of days ago. So she said the only thing that was open was Clinton Walmart. And I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. So I went in for Clinton Walmart at 7 o'clock at night to pick up my groceries. So it's, I know whoever does this knows that it's not easy, but I was happy to see that Walmart in Phillipsburg, and I think they do this in Manville, you go on and they have available slots. If they don't have available slots the day that you go on, they'll say they might have available slots the next day. So it's up to you guys if you want to do this. If you're interested in taking a drive out to Phillipsburg, or maybe Manville has slots open, but it worked for us.
I wonder, Sarah, does Stop and Shop do that online ordering?
You know, I keep hearing commercials about it, but we do not have an actual Peapod in our store, and that's where you would do your online ordering. And we don't have a Peapod, but I believe you can still go and do online shopping through the website, but it's not in our store.
So I know Sue Gransky just texted me. She said to tell everybody hi and to be safe. But she is using Instacart, and you can order from all different places. But it did take, I think, 5 days or something to get the order delivered to her house.
Right. Yes. Instacart. That's good to know too.
So you can order from Costco, Walmart,
Wow.
ShopRite, but it takes hours, to fill out the form in the morning, again, it's a day project trying to figure it all out, but she's excited. Her food's coming in 45 minutes, so.
Oh, excellent. Okay, good to know. I'll look at that too.
For the past couple of weeks, before Corona hit, I was doing ShopRite online since Sandy's been busy with her new job, so I've been doing the food shopping.
Right.
Used to place my order Sunday nights, and then I usually picked up the food at Wednesday 7:30. That was usually an open slot. So a couple of weeks I tried to do that, and I couldn't get a slot for Wednesday, but then they gave me a slot for Friday, but I didn't end up getting the food till Sunday morning.
Wow.
So this past week, or actually yesterday, I tried to go online to place an order, figuring it'll be sometime at the end of the week. So all the way through next Tuesday, they're booked here in ShopRite in Branchburg. So to alleviate that, I just went out to Bishop's and I just picked up stuff in person. So they are open, but I'd say they're probably about 40% stocked with materials.
Yeah, I went to Bishop's during the week too, and because I felt, it sounds weird, but I felt safer going to Bishop's. And when I went like during the day, there was only like 10 people in the store, so it worked. But then then I just decided I'm going to try this online thing. But it is like, it's taking a while. Yeah. Anyway.
And
Stop
thank
and
you,
Shop
Sue.
has not been too busy when I go, and they do have early hours. Most all the stores have early hours for senior citizens. But when I've been going to Stop and Shop, when I'll do it maybe when I drop Sarah off, there's very few people in the store, but they haven't had a paper product in weeks. But
Yeah.
Well, actually, my big thing was I looked on the shelf yesterday, and there were Lysol cleaners, and we haven't had like very many Lysol cleaners in months either since this whole thing started. So when I started seeing that come through the line, I said, I'm gonna go stock up because I don't know when I'm gonna get this again. But that was like, and then I saw toilet paper the other day. I was so happy because we haven't had toilet paper in months.
they do have a limit, which is good. They're limiting things to two, so people can't take too much.
You guys, I just got an email from Carrie Feeney. I just wanted you to know what Carrie Feeney said. She said, great job this morning. My mom and I enjoyed the service. We appreciated all your hard work. We will join you again next week. We like the idea of Zoom coffee hour as well, and we'll join in that next week. Our prayers are with everyone. Love,
Yay.
Nice.
Nice.
So I had a great shopping experience at Trader Joe's on exit 13 on 287.
Yeah.
We lined up outside and everybody kept, 6 to 10 feet apart. It was raining, but it wasn't a crazy rain. And then
no coffee hour is just on.
I'm
just talking to Carol Gower on the phone.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Carol.
So then,
I'll say hello to you. You hear him? Can you hear?
Yes. Hi, Carol.
Hello.
Hi, Carol.
We're hearing about Trader Joe's from Liz.
So what was awesome was they had a limit to how many people they let into the store. So they let like 50 customers in the store or less, and somebody had to come out before you could go in. And then there was a lot of people to help, and they were not just helpers, they were also, like Sarah said, they were like kindergarten teachers for us, reminding us to back off and back away, and they had extra sanitary wipes to wipe things down with. And so I thought that Trader Joe's experience on exit 13 in Bridgewater, I guess.
Bridgewater.
Yeah,
Nick.
yes,
It
I've
was
been to that one.
really awesome. I texted people while I was there because I was going to Highland Park and I had my
wanna listen?
car.
Them too?
Yeah, yeah.
And I picked up things for other people too because it was,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I was so happy to be inside. But I think maybe it helped that it was raining and nobody wanted to sit in the line.
I love that store.
Yeah, we love that store too. Yep, great idea. Yep.
Bernie, how are you getting food?
Hold on.
Well, the last time I went was a couple of weeks and a half ago, and I just went to the ShopRite late on a Sunday, and it wasn't crowded.
Yeah.
But Sarah, what time does your Stop and Shop open in the morning for seniors?
We open at 6 a.m. for seniors, and seniors can shop from 6 a.m. to 7:30 when we actually open.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
good.
Bishop's does that too, Bernie. 6 to
Okay.
7:30. Yeah.
Yeah, good to know.
Yeah, and don't worry. First thing in the morning, our store is very clean because we close at 8 every night, and every single night we're always restocking the shelves and we're cleaning that store like top to bottom. So.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
It's also nice, they're letting the workers shop after the store closes. So Sarah
that's good.
can pick up things after they close.
Yeah, see, I didn't know anything. I was kind of wondering about that when they started this whole thing, like closing at 8 o'clock. I said, okay, so can workers still shop after the store closes if you're going to keep us at our normal schedule? And they said, absolutely. They said, yeah, we're going to leave one register open, and that's going to be for employees and managers only. And you guys can still feel free to get your groceries then. And you know what? Sometimes it's just easier, even for me, to do that because I don't like shopping when it's crowded either, and let alone working when it's crowded. But I would just rather, I'm so glad they have that, and we can just get what we want, and that's it.
How you doing, Colleen?
We're doing good.
You
Family's
like-
well. How's your family?
Yeah, we're good. We're Samantha actually went to South Jersey to see her boyfriend.
Okay.
And Hannah's living at her boyfriend's house because he's got immune problem. So she moved in there the Wednesday before everything started to go down. I guess it's over a week ago. And Emily's got her own apartment. She came over and played cards with me yesterday.
Very
Aw.
That was so cute.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's us. And how you getting your food there, Colleen? Are you okay going to the store and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, Philip goes real early in the morning usually.
Yes. Yeah.
And we went to Walmart the other day at like almost 6 o'clock, and it was, we felt fine. There weren't many people in the store. But one of the funny things was I went just by myself on Friday, and I went to go, and they had some toilet paper. They had a lot of Scott, but like the Angel's Often was all out. But then I turned around, and there's this huge, U-boat of just a huge mountain of all different brands of toilet paper. I'm like, oh, someone's about to be very happy. And they stop and they completely fill it. And then I go back maybe like a day or two later, and the whole thing was cleaned out. It was like a crime scene. It was just everything was cleaned out, and they still had papers on there that say, we ask that you limit to buy one type per, or like one per product. So you can only take one of each product. But it was astounding to me that one day it was they completely restocked, but then it just was gone within like 48 hours. It was ridiculous.
In Flemington?
In Flemington. And what was also the canned aisle of all the canned soups and sauces, it looked like a cyclone hit. It was just like a couple boxes of spaghetti there and a couple of sauces there.
Oh my gosh.
It was ridiculous. Their shelves are black. It was like just an endless sea of black. It was ridiculous. It was so much was taken away.
I'm curious, has anybody done any takeout that they trust that all the precautions are being taken? The only thing that comes to my mind, and we haven't done it yet, but we love Chick-fil-A in Flemington.
Okay.
They just seem to be like totally legit that they would take every precaution, but we haven't done that. Has anybody had a really good experience?
We had a great experience at the place in Flemington called the Bluefish Grill.
Yes, love
We
that
built
place.
a family there, and you order online, and then you go pick it up, and all the orders are separated on chairs outside. And
Oh, that was smart.
Yeah. We went to Five Guys last night, and they in Hillsborough, and they have the option to do you must order online. There's no walk inside, but you can go inside and pick up your stuff, but they also have the option of curbside pickup where they'll bring it to your car, and they all wear gloves. But what they haven't, if you go in as we did to pick up our stuff, they don't allow as, probably as many people in this room right now as how many people that they let in. And they have tape on the floor as to how far away you can stay. And people were just like scattered all over the place to ensure that they could get their food, but that they weren't so close to each other. And it was great. It took a little longer because they had so many orders piled up, but they were thorough and they got the food. And it seemed that they were taking the precautions of cleaning and sanitation. So yeah.
Good to know. Five Guys.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Sorella's in White House Station has been getting great reviews on Facebook. I know the Stansberries have been going there. They do all these family meals. They're like super, helpful. Also, and I haven't gotten there, but like the Rail and someplace else, Bagel Junction, are giving part of their donations, I think, to Starfish. Sorella's
Oh, yes, I heard that too, yeah.
Sorella's is giving theirs to Hunterdon Medical Center. So there's a lot of places that, are really going above and beyond. And we haven't gone there, but the Stanton table is like incredible. They will give they have toilet paper, they have water, they have deli meats. They'll pick up your prescriptions for you.
What? Wow.
They're doing
Is that a
everything to try to help. So I think there are a lot of places,
What is that? Is that a restaurant, Stanton Table?
It was the Stanton General Store across from the Stanton
yes.
Church.
Yes,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
So I'm going to
You're
mute
rocking that
everybody
campus.
for 1 minute. Hold on.
She's muting everything.
I muted you all. I have the power. So I just wanted to ask Mary King. I'm going to unmute her and ask Mary King if you could, as we're sitting here, I'm hearing all these cars driving up and leaving because something very exciting is happening at the church today. And I thought, Mary, if you'd be okay telling us a little bit about it.
The quilters are making masks for the Hunterdon Medical Center. They need 5,000 masks. So we need to wash the fabric and iron it. And then we will sew it into masks for the staff at the hospital. What they're going to do is they're going to use it over, it's an over mask. And I'm going to show you one. I'm going to step away and come right back. It's right on my table.
Okay. So I spent some time Saturday, no, maybe Friday, washing and then ironing. My iron had not been open for a long time. Mary, show us.
So here's the mask. It's going to go over.
Why are you sideways? You're sideways to us.
Okay, here I go. Back to normal. Okay. So it's going to go over a different mask, one of the R whatever it is. I'm sorry, I don't know. But anyway, this is what we're going to.
Respirator masks are 75s, right?
R14. I'm not sure either, but it's going to go over another mask. So the quilters were leaving a tote at the church. So that we're not socializing, they're going to be picking up elastic or fabric and dropping off once that they've finished. And they will then be picked up or taken to the coordinator at the Hunterdon Medical Center for distribution staff. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
Very nice.
Oh,
Good
that's
job.
wonderful.
That's wonderful.
Great.
Carol Gower and I have been doing it as well. I have a couple dozen I have to take down in a few minutes.
So
Yeah.
is there a way that we can help you guys?
Right.
It's hard because, Liz, you were helpful in doing fabric. I've got about 45 cut that need to be ironed, and then I'm just going to sew them. But by the time I get them to somebody, I could actually have them done at home. So it's a little hard. The one thing that maybe somebody could help is if we need to take them to a drop-off point, if somebody could help, but I won't know that for a day or so.
I'll do that.
Yeah. If you also need help sewing some, I could help you with that too, because I'm, pretty good at sewing. I mean, it seems basic, so I can help you because I've been, I have a sewing machine and all different stuff. So yeah.
Okay,
You're
I'll
talents.
on that. I can give you fabric. I'll leave you the instructions, and then you and I could do FaceTime, and I could show you some shortcuts.
Please, that'd be wonderful.
So, but they're really fast. You can do them in probably 10 minutes.
It's just pleating and then adding the
Mary can do them in 10 minutes. It took me a little longer.
Yeah.
What? How about elastic? That's what it seems to be in short supply, the elastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arminda was leaving some for us. Judy, did you happen to mention to her that you needed elastic?
Just this morning I did. I didn't really saw that before. So I don't know if she has any for me or not.
She may have she was leaving an extra bag, and I'm going to go over in a little while and bring the tote in. By 2 o'clock, I'll go. So if you don't mind waiting, going about that time, we can check and see if she left an extra bag, and you can get some, okay?
All right. Yeah, all I have to do is iron the last batch I made. 2 o'clock. I'll be there about 1:45.
Okay, that'll work.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys, for doing that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
5,000 masks. Holy cow.
That's all. I didn't realize there was that many were needed. I was thinking that seemed overwhelming, actually.
Well, I think they take them off after each patient.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then they get
needed it.
washed. And it's just a tremendous volume.
Yeah.
That's
I
needed.
don't think that we, the Quilt Guild, are responsible for 5,000.
Oh, good.
You're breaking up, Mary.
So, but you know what the thing of it is with Quilt Guild, they might ask for 500 and they'll get 1,000 just because that's group work.
Yeah.
The very productive group.
Very.
That's great.
Very good.
Very productive.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service in that.
Yeah.
It's minor.
Yeah. And actually my I went to go visit my Oma yesterday, the short one. And she made in the last week or so, she made 50 masks.
Oh, wow.
For what was it?
Robert Wood.
The Robert Wood.
Yeah.
And she showed them to us, and they're all different kinds of fabric. And I looked at them and I said, if someone needs these made, I could even do them because they're so easy. But she just found all different kinds of fabric, and some of the ones that are, they're made of nice fabric, so they're actually colorful and nice and cheerful. So that's, cool. But she made over 50 masks, and she's just cranking them out, man. And she's got more to make. So yeah.
It must be very encouraging for people who are working on the front lines to get those kinds of masks that are homemade, to show that, we all care about them.
Yeah. And how that they're reusable, because some masks are not reusable because it's just a one-time use, but these can be washed, and so they become a nice, thing.
Yeah, they're not, so Mary's making covers that go on top, so that she's extending the ones that actually stop the virus. But the other kind are really good for people who are not directly involved with the virus, or people who are concerned that they might have the virus and they need to protect somebody who's more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like I should be wearing a mask when I go visit my mom.
What kind of fabric are you using?
Cotton, 100% cotton.
Cotton,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And Mary, I just occurred to me that I am not a good ironer, so I use spray starch, and that might have been not a good thing to do.
I suspect these might be washed anyway, so I wouldn't be too concerned. The heat would have killed germs or whatever. And done have been very soft, so I think it's probably okay. But for the next batch, you'll know not to.
Yes.
You just use a bottle of spray water or whatever.
Yes.
That works.
No, I learned, just like I just learned about mute, that my iron could be filled with water and steam would be very effective.
Technology at its best.
Oh my God.
Be nice to pass to Liz, otherwise she'll just mute you.
There's some irons that have the water built inside, so that's fun. Ours has that, yeah.
That's what you said before.
I want to hear from Jim Kennedy, with his words of wisdom
Jim,
this
you've been
morning.
kind of quiet.
I'm actually very good at ironing. I do it all myself.
Oh, there you go.
Look at you.
500 masks coming your way, Jim.
So raise your hand if you're interested in helping to iron, if the
I can iron. I
sellers want to iron.
You can iron and
You can
sew.
wash and iron.
And sew, if you need that.
So, so Mary, I mean, you guys, I know it, Mary and Judy, I know you can do the ironing yourselves, but what if you thought about breaking it down more into an assembly line and letting some of us do washing and ironing without spray starch?
Judy and I can talk offline and see
Yeah.
if there's anything, and then we can send it, you can send a last email out maybe for us.
Yes.
If that's something people want to do.
Yeah. We want to help.
I'd be good for delivering.
Okay.
We could do that too.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can do
I
that.
can deliver. I can help deliver.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Bernie has, if anybody noticed when Bernie's picture shows up, it says self-isolated Bernie.
Yeah.
He's such a comedian, Bernie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to point that out.
He's a brand guy. He's always got a brand.
Yes. Yes.
He's our go-to luggage person at Macy's.
So Liz, 2 questions for you.
Yes.
Number 1 is, should we assume that Easter services are still up in the air whether we're having them, or do you think consistory is going to cancel or postpone them?
I would think that for Palm Sunday, we should think that we're going to do it exactly the same as we did this.
Okay.
I think this format worked well for everybody, and I'm going to ask for other volunteers to be part of the taping crew who's on the Zoom conference. But we need to have a consistory meeting to decide about Holy Week. So,
Okay. And the second question is,
because we could also, I would like to consider if we could do something outside.
I was
Okay.
thinking that. I was
Yeah,
thinking
for Easter or something, yeah.
I was actually thinking that if it's a nice day, yeah.
6 feet apart.
6
I'm
feet
gonna-
apart.
Yeah, the,
Well,
the
usually-
Easter flowers, I'm going to cancel the order tomorrow for the Easter flowers. I don't think that, yeah, $400 worth of flowers is worth risking to
I don't
spend that kind of money.
I agree, Judy. I don't think that the Easter flowers make sense, but Alex had a lovely idea. Do you want to talk about it, Alex?
Oh yeah, the idea was where we when we come back to church and we can be together in church once again, my idea was to do Easter anyway. And we have an Easter service with the songs and the liturgy, and we put together some kind of flower arrangement or something, but just to celebrate coming back, you know, our rebirth of coming back from this virus. And so just having Easter anyway, whether it be in May or whenever. Does everyone like that idea? Or?
Sounds good to me.
That's a really good
That's
idea.
cool.
Yeah, that's good. Good idea.
Yeah.
We won't get lilies by then though, Alex. No.
Yeah,
lilies.
no, it's fine. Whatever, you know, because I have lilies. I have the fake lilies left over from last year that I can do something with.
We can get spring flowers.
And we can get just spring flowers, but we can put something together that, because Easter is really important holiday and celebration of our faith. And I think that once we're all together, it'd be cool to celebrate that in person.
So let's
Quick
hear from
question.
Sue.
Yeah.
We're almost at the 40-minute mark. Are we going to be cut off?
No, because I bought a $15 a month license.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
So
And sometimes they'll upgrade you for free, but you never know.
I'm sorry?
Sometimes it upgrades for free. So the other night, Bob and I played trivia with about 8 people on Zoom. And during the game, it upgraded us all to free. So you never know, but sometimes it cuts you off. So
Yeah, I think it depends on the demand. And that's another reason why I didn't want to do the service live on Sunday, because I'd heard of so many people who had problems with the broadcast. So
yeah, last week was
safer thing to do to just have it already taped and then to do it as a premiere so that we could pray along while we were watching it.
I love the quilt background there, Liz. That's great.
I know.
So that was going to be my second question. Liz, how do you set the background up to something more pleasant than a bunch of junk behind you?
Yes, all these wonderful new skills I didn't learn in seminary. You go down to where it says start or stop video, and there's a little arrow thing pointing up, and you press that, and you can choose a virtual background, and then here I am in yoga class.
Learning all kinds of new things.
And there's Karen Weber, and Ken is there.
Oh, that's cute.
There's me.
Oh, very nice.
Doing yoga?
Yeah, we did yoga in the narthex.
That was fun.
And doing the downward pose there.
And
oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
That was, West Virginia.
Oh, that's
yes,
nice.
this is West Virginia.
So you can use your own pictures then.
You can upload your own picture. So where it says choose a virtual background, then you can, there's a plus mark. If you see a plus mark on your screen, that means you can add it.
Okay. I know one of the teachers, I think, just did one of the ones that was online, a beach scene, but I didn't realize you could do your own pictures.
You can pick your own pictures.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I just send myself pictures when I think that they're interesting, and then just put them up there.
I was hoping you weren't standing in the staircase.
Yes, that's what I thought for a minute. Yeah.
But it works great, right? And I thought it was good at worship. You know, it gave that feel that I was in the sanctuary.
Yeah, I thought you were. I thought you were in the sanctuary.
Good. We faked it out. I guess I could introduce it and say that this is a Zoom call, and well, I'm not going to do that.
No.
You got to come to the coffee hour to hear the secrets.
Yeah.
Liz, are you finding the easiest way to invite folks is the way you did it, where you have your personal number and then you put in that code? Is that?
Oh, it's at her personal.
Because I invited Mom to one yesterday, and I think it was a little bit more complicated, but she got in right away on this one. So whatever you did was easy. Is that how you did it, though? Your own personal?
So, well, maybe I have a personal number because I paid $15. So that's a number that is always mine. And I can choose to pick a different number. Like if I wanted to have a conference that none of you could get into, I could get a random number and then just invite people. And I could even put in a password or something. So the super secret meeting can happen that way. But all the public ones will just use my main number.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I did it, I bought it for myself very selfishly. It's not the church's, because I also want to do it for my mom. So my family, really. My family is, you know, everybody is isolating across the country. But my mom's by herself, so we're trying to have conferences as much as we can, because we all call her, but what she really likes is when we show that we like each other.
That's a mother.
Yes. So I encourage you to do this with your families as well.
Yeah.
Anybody you know who's isolated that could use a little pick-me-up. You know, when I call my mom the next day by regular boring phone, you know, we could all be directing these one-on-one calls to her, but it doesn't give her the same like feeling of just bountiful heart as when she sees everybody you know, caring for each other.
And
it really helps to see faces. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yep. And looking at this guy all the time, I don't know.
Yes, very boring.
What's the matter with Larry's shoulder? I see a heating pad on your shoulder,
This is your
Larry?
cat. Our cat, and this is the tail.
He has, we don't know it yet. Maybe a pulled muscle. We're
Some
not
sort
sure.
of pulled muscle. The heat feels good on it.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to get more sympathy from Sue. It's not working. It's not working.
It only lasts so long.
What you guys are doing, like any personal practices to keep your days apart and try to keep healthy? Is anybody working on anything like that?
Yeah, no, but I had a virtual or a telephone call from my podiatrist. Who,
really?
Because you have to go to when you have diabetes, you can get a foot exam, which is part of the Medicare thing. So he had an appointment, and of course they canceled it. It was up at Huntington Medical Center, and then his nurse called back later on and said, we're going to set up a telephone call. And so I now have a smartphone. I was eligible. And so he examined my head, just took the phone and moved around my foot. He said, oh, that's nice, that's nice. And like 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
That's great.
So I felt so 21st century, you know. Just
yeah.
Let's see you take your foot and put it to your head now so we can see it. Let's see how
Guys, you gotta have MD fat out there.
You got to join the yoga class, Bernie. Yeah, doing the downward dog pose.
Is anybody exercising?
I'm just taking I try to take lots of walks because I'm not getting my steps in at T-Berry's, you know. But,
yeah.
I'm keeping really busy with school. I'm on the computer probably 4 hours a day, which I absolutely hate. And I'm going to start teaching my night class at night through Zoom. So at least it's good, you know. It keeps me very busy, so that's good.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of preparation to work by Zoom, right? You have to do a lot of pre-work.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
My physical therapist comes 3 times a week still to help me.
Wears a mask.
Great.
Wears a mask.
Wears a mask and uses gloves and wipes down everything when she comes in and when she goes out. And so I've enjoyed having her here. She's somebody to talk with, and she helps me with my exercises and such.
Well, we've been out walking along the river, and
beautiful.
The other day we ran into Cindy and Joe Accardi out there on the river, and our neighbor, and our friends with the dogs that we always see out there. So we've been keeping busy, and I just built a deck on the back of the house too. So
wow! I want to see pictures.
Nice.
Woke up one day and said, I'm going to build a deck.
Next Sunday, we have coffee hour on the deck, Steve?
Yeah, sure. Carolyn, you're welcome here anytime.
How's Joe Accardi?
Doing good. He had his bypass, and that's what he's been out there along the river doing the walks. And
he looked really good.
He looked really good.
He's up to a mile walk. They walked already, so.
So she's keeping him busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cindy certainly can do that. She won't let him let him slack.
I've been out there doing lots of walks. I walk around Lake Cushaton until finally the yama shuts up. I don't hear anything more about coronavirus, and it gets nice and silent. and I'm at peace.
Yeah.
Good. That's good. Yeah.
Well, I'm still getting my steps in at work since I have to go to work. We're one of the essential companies, so we're making medicines for folks. So if we stop working, we can't make our cancer drugs that we make for different patients. So I'm still headed to work 5 days a week.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Everybody keeps a safe distance. They have disinfectants all over, so spray the copier and whatnot. Everybody is just very mindful of what buttons they press and whatnot.
That's good.
Yeah, I think Ken is pretty frustrated. He can't get too far. Ken is a little frustrated. He's usually out and about most mornings, and he's still going down to church and checking the mail. So I don't know. Watch, if you see Ken, go the other way. He is out and about. He goes for coffee in the morning, and he goes down to get the mail. Liz, you got to watch out when he comes.
Wipe those doorknobs down.
Do you know what that's worth?
Oh my gosh, your secret weapon right there.
Where is
Precious
he?
commodity.
I can't see him, Judy.
He's down at church.
He's at church.
No, well, if he's here, he's in the cemetery. He's not in the
Okay, well then, all right, then he's still at the coffee place. He's still at the deli. He's still at the deli. He hasn't got to church yet.
Well, he can watch the YouTube afterwards.
He's a rebel. He's a rebel.
He's just very stubborn, yes. He's very
Give him a
stubborn.
hug for me, Judy.
Virtual.
Huh?
Virtual. hug.
Imre, is
Good thing
Sandy
the sewing room
home?
is upstairs. Huh?
Yes, she is home. Any of the travel that she had has been canceled, but her biggest problem now is what the EF organization did. They have whatever, 500 students, 2,000 students, whatever. So they were trying to basically send all the kids home so they could be safe at home, because at this point the school year's, I'm not sure if it's going to be finished. So she had to coordinate all her kids with tickets from plane flights that were getting canceled, and then they're stuck in different locations. So she's been probably working 12-hour days to get these kids back to where they need to go.
Wow.
What about your children? Where are they?
Everybody's safe. Sam is still down in Charleston. His school is stalled, so I'm not sure what his semester is going to be like. Caitlin is down in DC, so I'm assuming she's doing self-quarantining and trying to do lobbying by email and by Skype and Zoom. And Zachary, since he's an electrician these days, he's essential as well, so he's still working on the project.
Oh, let me just call you right back when it's over. Yeah, back.
We lost Bernie. We lost Bernie.
You can hear Bernie, but we lost. There he is.
All right.
Bernie is in the chair.
But I'm glad I
saw the
didn't work on my bookie.
I saw the Leelas had their cat. You know, we could always have a bring your pet coffee hour also.
He's here. Yeah.
And Chloe is sleeping right now.
Yeah, Chloe's being.
Aww.
There's Bonnie.
Kitty.
Oh, how cute.
I'm going to mute everybody one more time. You can look at all the animals. Oh, never mind.
Hi, kitty.
I compete.
Hi. Look at the kitty.
It's Tamino.
Hi.
Looks like my kitty.
All right, we'll get our doggy.
He keeps coming over and say, "What's that on the screen? Who are you talking to?"
Oh,
Look at the puppy.
Look at the puppy. Hey, I know.
You can't see that.
He's looking out the window. He's fascinated.
My cats won't come anywhere near me at the moment, and the dog is outside in the rain.
Good place. All right, he's gonna jump.
So Liz, what did you want to say?
Yeah. I'm muting you all again because I'm going to ask Mary to speak. Mary, I got like 5 extra copies of that book that you mentioned. And I thought we could see if there's any interest in doing a book club.
I just finished reading this book called Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek. And it's a story that takes place in the 1936 during the WPA period. And this woman delivers books by a mule to her clients on the Kentucky mountains. And it's a story about her and her clients. It's a terrific book, one I couldn't stop thinking about, and just all the different things that took place and the incidents and the change of time. It's based on some historical facts, but it's a fictional book.
Yeah.
But if you have some time, I thought it was well worth reading.
Say the name of the book again, Mary.
The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek, and it's by Kim Michelle Richardson. So it's a good book.
So I'll send that out by email and a link to the place on Amazon where you can either, Kindle it or order it. And I did go ahead. It was very cheap. It was like $7. So I bought a bunch of copies and I can leave them for you. I'm happy to deliver them.
Liz, I would also say if people don't take advantage, if you have a reader or you have an iPad, taking advantage of your public library for downloading books is a great tool. I'm always getting books from the library I have a mini and I'm always reading a book on my iPad. So take advantage of your public library to download books too.
Mary, is it free to do that on your tablet?
Yes, it is. Yeah, you just have to have a library card. That's all you need, and then just you want to get EPUB or Kindle, whatever you're able to get on your iPad. They have all the platforms available for you. So I'm plugging public libraries today, and it's a great.
That's great. I think I heard that a long time ago, but I forgot about it.
Oh, I do it all the time, and you can do all kinds of research. So, yeah. But if you
I like your kitty, June.
Yeah, there's my kitty, Jenny.
Oh, that's a sweetheart.
What's your cat's name, June?
Jenny. She's a Maine Coon.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
She's heavy and she weighs about 15 pounds. I got to put her down.
I diet.
Oh, I had to hold her up there and she wasn't happy. But I want everybody to see her.
Oh, she's so cute.
She's a typical scaredy cat too. I don't even see her when I go over. She hides under the bed.
Curly might be in his bed. I don't know where he is.
But she trusts me, and when I lay down in bed at night, she's at the bottom of the bed on her pillow or her little blanket. I'll look down at her and I'll say, Mommy's a little lonesome tonight. Will you come up and cuddle? And by golly, she walks up and she lays next to me. I think that's wonderful.
It is.
Liz, I'm going to leave the meeting. I have an errand to do, so I'm going to leave. It was great. I love this coffee hour. I think we should do it again.
Yes.
Me too.
Definitely.
So
Good to see you, Mary.
Sunday.
We're gonna go too, actually. So we're
And
saying goodbye too.
Yes, also, I would like to get a Bible study going. So look for
that my mom would love
more information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you, Liz. Blessings to everybody.
Thank you so much, everybody.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe.
Blessings.
Stay home.
Thank you.